Hello everyone, and welcome to the Player Review Team channel. Today is the 6th and final episode of the TOTS series. In this one, we'll be talking not only about giants like Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, but also about other, no less worthy options. It's going to be dynamic and exciting, so stay tuned. We're giving away 25 million coins and 5 weekend league boosts over the next 4 months, while FC25 is still active. All links in the description. As usual, we'll start with the attack, where plenty of interesting players are concentrated. Then we'll smoothly move on to midfield and defense, which also have a lot to offer. Let's begin with the greatest, and first up is Cristiano, who starts off like in his younger days, but doesn't run away that often. Meaning, even on controlled lengthy, his pace doesn't blow you away. Speed boost is average but manageable, since the strong body type and physical presence haven't gone anywhere, helping him escape pressure and finish with a finesse or a low-driven shot. Animations are wide, especially when it comes to skills, but that actually helps him escape pressure while shielding the ball with his model. His main weapon is the step-overs, and that's exactly what you should be using. Mr. C nails finesse shots from outside the box with his dominant right foot, but try not to attempt them with the left. We're only talking about finesse here. As for low-driven shots, they land perfectly even with the left foot, especially inside the box. That's not to say CR7 can't score finesse with the left, just avoid trying them from long range. At most, use them from the edge of the area. Of course, the main drawback isn't so much his pace, but the left stick, which you'll need to get used to. Still, everything else is at a cosmic level. Speaking of cosmic, we have the alien genius Messi. He doesn't boast insane speed either, but surprisingly stands his ground and can fight off challenges. Leo clearly lacks trickster for complete happiness. That said, his shooting is no worse and arguably better than Cristiano's, both trivela and especially finesse. It's simple. The guy has 5-star weak foot, which means he consistently lands long-range finesse shots, like in this example. It's not just the left stick that helps twist up defenders, but also his technical plus, which borders on perfection. Then it's a matter of hitting a finesse or another time trivela. Trivela plus low-driven shot is our favorite combo. With these shots, the keeper has no chance. Messi is most dangerous inside the box thanks to his agile body type and golden play styles. He can cut quickly and blast it past the keeper, and you don't even need to aim for the corner. The Argentine hits with such power that even without triggering a low-driven shot, the ball finds the net. So shoot however you want. Messi will score anyway. And yes, Leo is perfect at executing incisive passes, something we already knew from his previous version. He's one of the best in-game options for the cam role, both as a playmaker and a shadow striker. Now it's time for Messi's brother-in-arms, Luis Suarez, who followed him to Bex's club. No need to hide it, and you already know. Suarez has been our favorite in FC25 since his SBC release and subsequent evolution. However, we always miss Trickster. This version finally has both Trickster and Press Proven, which greatly improved his left stick. Naturally, testing this new Suarez brought us a lot of joy, and we didn't want to let go of the Uruguayan. If you have that particular evolution with low-driven shot and 94 rating, you already know just how good this Suarez is. Special mention to his strength and aggression. For example, this moment with Dumfries, a player not only hard to push off but also hard to dispossess. If you don't understand how inertia works, here's a visual example with Suarez, Upamecano, and an unlucky guy who got the worst of it. Here's an even more radical example of combining low-driven with trivela. Yep, that works too. Plus, he's got solid speed boost and pace thanks to his lengthy trait, confirmed multiple times. Of course, we recommend this guy. The price is more than fair. Back to Ronaldo, or rather his former teammate. Karim Benzema is another GOAT from the Saudi Pro League, having scored 21 goals this season, just 4 short of leading CR7. He's essentially a cheaper Suarez alternative, though lacking the same explosive burst, meaning he gets caught more often during runs. That said, there's some acceleration, and after that, lengthy takes over, sometimes letting him escape. When it comes to finishing, Benzema never had issues, and now he's got low-driven shot too. And yes, Karim has just as strong a playstyle set as the others, with the only drawbacks being the lack of golden pace talents and maybe not the best left stick, but it's manageable with lengthy on board. All in all, we'd recommend adding and instantly picking up Suarez, but if you're short a million coins, you know who to contact via the link in the description, or you could just settle for Benzema. Personally, we prefer him over Lewandowski, though that's down to taste. If you're not the kind to invest in players or even SBCs, this next option might interest you. Toney may cost next to nothing, but he's a solid target forward who can drag multiple defenders along. He's strong, fast with speed boost, low driven, and finesse. The only real drawback? Skills. Actually, the biggest one is his left stick. Toney handles like a truck, making not only dribbling, but even simple movement with the ball a challenge. So, if you're okay turning a blind eye to that major flaw, go ahead and complete him. Otherwise, skip it. Now, if you're more into agile and explosive players, especially for the cam position, we recommend checking out Insigne. As you might have seen on our Twitter post, he's currently in the starting 11 and we don't plan on changing that. Are there better options? Sure, and they'll appear in this video, but the price will be different. As expected, the Italian is fragile under contact, but he's agile and has press proven, which helps shield the ball. You already know how that works. He's got solid speed boost, which is useful both for cam, especially as a shadow striker, and out wide. What else is essential for both those roles? That's right, finesse. We gave the guy a hawk and he absolutely punishes defenders. We were reminded once again that you don't always need a low-driven shot. Insigne currently plays as a playmaker in 4-3-1-2 and fits perfectly. His passing playstyle set isn't loaded, but it's good enough, though the golden triangle would be a big help. His dead ball ability also comes in handy, something our team often lacks, not so much for free kicks, but especially for corners. By the way, who's your designated set-piece taker? Either way, highly recommended. This card is a real gem. The same old Moussa Diaby reminds us a lot of Insigne's card. Yes, Diaby is more explosive and sharper on the left stick, plus he can play striker. The thing is, you always need to shift him to his left foot to avoid these kinds of weak shots with the right. But it's easy. Trigger R1, move into position, and fire a finesse or trivela. That said, Diaby isn't too vulnerable physically thanks to press proven and a medium, not skinny body type. To sum up, we'd probably use this card if it dropped untradeable, but we definitely wouldn't buy it for 500,000 coins. Now here's someone we definitely would recommend, Leonardo Fernandez. As you can see, he's not that much cheaper, but significantly more effective specifically as a cam, and he also feels smoother on the left stick, especially with R1. This guy can easily challenge the other Leo, and you know who we mean. The Uruguayan is sharp, agile, with excellent passing and equally brilliant finesse shots. One of his main advantages is how well he handles the role of a playmaker, or even a box-to-box in a three-man midfield. All in all, we recommend giving him a shot, especially if you've got him untradeable. Now let's jump straight to the next player who impressed us. Riqui Puig is definitely familiar to Barcelona fans, so at the very least, we suggest you try the Spaniard for yourself. He's basically a budget Pedri, as bold as that might sound. He intercepts well, reads the game, and moves incredibly. Here's an example of how sharp his left stick is. Trust us, he's agile and responsive. Puig is one of those cards you need to experience yourself rather than rely on outside opinions. Still, we strongly recommend giving him a go. Milinkovic-Savic also falls into that same category, one of those cards that are best judged firsthand. We know at least one fan of this card among our viewers. That said, it didn't particularly stand out for us. The same goes for Evander's card. Despite a long list of playstyles, he never really proved himself enough for us to recommend. That said, let us know in the comments how he's working out for you if you've tried him. On the other hand, we definitely remember Kanté. And that's no surprise given that we have his upgraded version in the squad. Overall, it's a very solid and reliable card. The Frenchman is tenacious, aggressive, and relentless. He reads opponents well and consistently wins the ball back. If the price isn't an issue for you, then go for him. But if you're hesitant to spend that much, feel free to skip him. He's quite expensive, and sometimes his height does come into play. Ko Seung-beom is much cheaper and has a similar playstyle package, but the Korean only stood out for his runs into the box with the ball, thanks to Rapid. In essence, he's a Kanté alternative, just without the same level of tenacity or aggression. Interesting card, but we wouldn't go so far as to recommend buying. As you know, in EAFC 25, the rewards for the Weekend League are awesome, which means that the game has become much harder to play. Our boosters will help you to get the best rewards. Write in, because the number of spots is limited. And don't forget that we also sell coins at a cheap price. All links in the description. Let's move on to the defense and highlight just a few of the most interesting options. Ibanez stands out because of Anticipate and the lengthy plus quick step combo. That combo really does help him accelerate quickly and maintain high tempo over distance. Still, Ibanez is no Maldini. His initial burst isn't as explosive as we'd like, and he's not that fast over long stretches. Plus, he lacks aggression. Simply put, not recommended. But this guy, we absolutely recommend him. Valentin Gomez is very quick and rarely lets anyone get behind him. And even when they do, he can easily neutralize the threat. His speed is aided by Bruiser, which doesn't conflict with his lean body type. Surprisingly, Gomez turned out to be very strong. often taking out strikers cleanly thanks to his gold anticipate. That anticipate trait added serious aggression. Gomez engaged hard in challenges, pushing opponents aside in the process. His body type alone was enough to stand his ground against Henry and make life difficult for the Frenchman, both physically and in pace. And here, he shields the ball from Gullit, holds his position, and doesn't let him get near, which is impressive. By the way, we didn't immediately realize that Gomez doesn't have the intercept playstyle. The ball just kept sticking to his feet. If we didn't already have a million defenders, we'd definitely be playing him. He's that good. The same could be said about Cancelo. The Portuguese player is a blend of Lala, Dumfries, and Cafu. He's fast, physically strong thanks to Bruiser, great on jockeys, and highly effective in attack with his passing, long shots, and trivela. An excellent option if you play your wide backs unbalanced. Cancelo fits that role perfectly. That said, Dumfries is more reliable overall, so he keeps his starting spot. Suarez and Messi's teammate from Inter Miami is definitely weaker than Cancelo. Alba lacks physical presence, aggression, and, again, bruiser. Yes, he's got a nice left stick, good interceptions, and other interesting playstyles. But that's not enough to save the card, especially considering that Theo Hernandez practically owns the position, and Cancelo can also play on the left. So, no recommendation here. We'll wrap things up here, but if we miss someone you think deserves attention, let us know in the comments, and tell us why you like a particular card. If the video was helpful or at least made your time more enjoyable, don't forget to support our channel with a like and a sub. Thanks for watching till the end. See you in the next video.